Pasando ahorita en este momento, it's happening right now. Estamos en toque de queda y a quien agarren en la calle lo meten preso. Ahí están metiendo, agarraron ahí a 2 tipos. La Guardia Nacional salió, lo mandaron de donde estén ellos, no sé, en Washington, no sé. Ahí está uno que agarraron. Agarraron a 2. Junio 1 de la noche en Los Ángeles, California. Año 2020. ¿Qué año? Y pueden meter preso a quien esté en la calle porque está el toque de queda. So as you know, they can take to jail. They can, anyone who's outdoors because we are in a curfew. So you are outside.
More about where this location is. I'm looking here on Google Maps. Basically, on the corner of that strip mall is a dry cleaning business.
Oh, look, it looks like people are trying to put water on it from the balcony.
From the balcony. And right next door, there's a small alleyway that splits it. There is an apartment building there as well. So some people live in that area, in that apartment building just behind it.
The fire department's there. I saw there's a ladder truck right there, and then there's an ambulance staged, and they respond alongside the engine and ladder trucks and more.
Stores and business, tiendas y negocios.
Last night, according to
looted. ¿Cómo se dice looted, Enrique?
I should say that was Long Beach, but similar to Long Beach, Los Angeles Fire Department.
O sea, se metieron.
Task forces and teams because of
¿Por qué te están llevando otra?
Let's go back now. I believe this is Hollywood. Where protesters are now being arrested. Several of them are lying out in the street. There you can see they're on the ground there, and it's possible that these were arrests associated with people being passed
robar en momentos de protesta.
An unlawful assembly type situation.
Yeah, we had our Brittany Hopper over
Me encanta que hayan venido ahora la guardia y que estén haciendo algo, porque no es posible. Que anoche no hayan hecho nada y cómo se robaron, vale.
We're being arrested for either unlawful assembly or for curfew violation. We're not sure exactly what's going on here, but I've been watching this
todo el derecho de hacer esto.
Here, and basically the people who were taken into custody, Sarah, were all basically
es vandalismo, no es protesta, sí.
Laying on the ground, face down, with officers attending to what's going on.
Están vivos, no están ni heridos ni nada.
I think this is on Ivar, and we're going to go ahead and check that out for you.
Selmar and Ivar is what we're being told right now, which isn't too far from Sunset and Gower as well. So
que se los lleven a todos, pana.
Maybe
not. We really don't know. It's just so hard to say when there are so many things happening from block to block. We're going to go ahead and continue to keep our eye on this, but we have multiple things happening. Bueno. In fact, I think we're also following a police pursuit. We're working on that for you as well. And here it is, I believe.
Mira, the ending of a police pursuit,
could be
right?
the end. A car driving up onto a sidewalk.
Mira, qué recho.
And then it looks like officers running in.
Ah, buenísimo.
That's a Jack in the Box drive-through. They just tackled.
Buenísimo, Jack in the Box.
There's a lot happening.
Helicópteros.
So that was the LAPD airship there. Officers running into this complex right
Buenísimo.
Here. We're gonna get a locator for you. Is this Van Nuys?
Look at that. And this guy does not want to stop running. He's just made a left there down some alleyway. Let's see if they saw him.
And it looks like officers are going in trying to get this person that was running.
¿Qué haces, Cookie? ¿Qué haces jugando con la pelota? ¿Me la dejas? ¿No?
We're working on figuring out how that started. So a little bit of chaos there, and it looked like the Los Angeles Police Department had their helicopter there helping them
Buenísimo.
And it looks like there was a pretty tall fence there, so unless this guy was able to scale
Ay, ¿qué pasó aquí?
Rather quickly, officers most likely got to him first. Do you see somebody in custody there, Sarah? Yep.
Una tipa, parece ser.
Custody, okay.
Looks like a woman or
so
what?
let's see where this is at. We're going to get a locator for you right now. So many things happening all at once, but it started in this Jack in the Box parking lot here.
And for some reason, this white car is also involved because when our shot first got on it, those two side doors were open and the car kind of rolled into the planter there at the Jack in the Box.
I don't know, it looked like people bailed maybe.
Es que están viniendo carros buenos, llevándose de todo.
Associated with what's happening earlier today.
Y están juntos los manifestantes y les lanzan cosas para ayudarlos a los carros esos.
Have been using cars to get away and moving around, so perhaps they had a license plate, they got a hit, and they were searching and they were looking for these guys.
So this is an entirely different area than where we've been now. This is actually the North Hollywood area, Sherman Way and Coldwater.
Bueno, seguiré informando.
Lots of, strip centers and shopping
Seguiré
centers over
informando
there.
desde mi ciudad de Los
People go out and do their
Ángeles.
shopping, go eat over there.
Junio 1º, 2020. 7:34 hora, Los Ángeles. Mire, se están robando, que están robándose.
There's so much going on right now.
En todas partes, están en todas partes.
I saw some guy come out of that smash
Y se están
window,
metiendo en las farmacias,
he
robándose
basically had a bunch of
drogas.
groceries, threw it in a cart, and then took off, and then others must have seen it because they've now gone
Mira, y
into
ese
the
es el que
store.
debe estar diciéndoles qué hacer, que no sea.
This is the nature of news coverage over the last couple of nights. It has just been so chaotic, going from chopper shot to chopper shot, from location to location, trying to make
Abriendo el
sense of what
camino.
is going on here. We have obviously
Ese debe ser uno de los
have
que
seen the local
les da el
police
dinero.
departments
He
as
must
well
be
as
one
some
of
our
the,
county
you know,
sheriffs
people
be,
that give them
in some
money.
cases, really overwhelmed with what has been happening lately. But this looks like it's looting actively underway. Is this still in North Hollywood? It might be. Oh, it's a pavilion. The Starbucks pavilion, and then there's a Panda Express next door, which I'm located for you right now. The people walking out,
No sé.
arms full of items there in this parking lot.
Indeed, and as you can tell, due to the curfew, the business had
No
been
sé por qué no
closed.
está la
So somehow
policía.
these looters were able to get inside, and again, it is a grocery store.
Oh.
So,
There's
here
the
they go.
cops.
Oh,
That's
yes,
it.
The cops, llegó la policía.
Um,
Pero uno solo, dos.
Tres.
Tres. Llévenselo, llévenselo. Yes, 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 yes. Sí, agárrenlo, coño. Ah.
After these people who've been looting.
Agárrenlo. Ah.
Melrose Place.
He just dropped
Melrose
something.
and Vine. The officer threw his helmet off.
¿Dónde está? Mira. ¿Dónde está?
This one, Gail.
That's an
Allá va un carro
undercover
de
car there.
policía, ya.
And they're jumping out too.
Ay,
Oh. okay.
Wow, they almost ran. I think they did run into each other.
ya, ya que pare de correr porque ya lo van a
We're
agarrar.
going to
Yep,
eventually
they're
get to
closing
him.
in.
And he's done.
Buenísimo, buenísimo.
Hit the front
Oh,
bumper
both of them just smashed right into that car.
Los dos se dieron un
And
golpetazo con el carro, pero bueno.
One arrest made.
So what?
Back at the
Buenísimo.
on Melrose and Vine. There are probably,
Por cierto, el
more-
hermano
could be
de
more
George
arrests.
Floyd
So many officers
sacó un
told us
comunicado
to
que
notice
no,
cars. It would not surprise me
necesidad.
to
que no,
hear
que no hay necesidad
that
de
everything
esto,
that
que salgan a
enforcement
protestar,
on
pero,
vehicles
pero
tonight, just patrolling
pacíficamente.
and seeing what's going on.
And guess what, Sarah? There's some looters still inside the supermarket who have no idea that the police have arrived.
Yeah.
So,
Ajá,
I
que
don't
los que
know
están
what
adentro
you
todavía no
do
saben que la
with
policía está
this
afuera.
kind of arrest.
Aquí me voy a quedar con
It's
ustedes.
silly.
I'm gonna
It's
stay
not even-
here porque ya me iba a ir, pero
And here they are, breaking into
hay que
the
esperar a ver cuando salgan.
And
Qué sorpresita.
those officers really got to this guy rather quickly, didn't they? I mean,
Yes. I think that's one of the challenges that they were having, not just LAPD, but different local police departments trying to figure out where stuff was happening and getting an
Oh.
appropriate amount of officers to the
Dios
scene
mío.
as quickly as they could. Remember, we saw scenes in Long Beach where the police did show up and people were looting, and the police were just standing by, most likely because they were just simply outnumbered. So this again is Melrose and Vine, Hollywood. Looting underway at a pavilion store there in that strip mall, and the police were there. They pulled up in unmarked cars. I saw an unmarked sedan, an unmarked van, as well as marked vehicles, and now multiple arrests. You can imagine the situation in some of the jails right now, booking and processing and
Las
transport
cárceles deben estar, pero
of these
full.
people.
Están
We talked
diciendo
to
eso.
local officials about the zero bail policy that California enacted as part of a response to coronavirus, just to prevent the spread of coronavirus in jails. And we asked about that, about whether or not that would
so
be.
what you're saying, they're booked and then released, or?
In many cases, that was happening as a result of the policies to prevent the spread of coronavirus. But when we
Right.
asked some local officials about that, they said, I believe Mayor Garcetti said that wasn't necessarily going to be the case here. And we still have this fire burning one in Van Nuys.
Indeed.
Están
no,
esperando
we
que
do. As you mentioned
salgan.
earlier, it's
Ah,
selective cleaners.
quiero
It's on
esperar
Haskell,
aquí.
6800 block of Haskell. It's right off the 405 freeway, and Just to the right of those cleaners is an apartment building. And
Ay, mira, como que te pusieron cosas para
actually,
que no entre la
tossing
policía,
water down
pero
from
son
their
pendejos que
balconies
son
to do what
idiotas.
they could. Don't know how the fire started. Don't know if it's even connected to a looting
Bueno,
situation.
bye.
But look at that. Apparently, there's